Did you hear about those ladies that went to space? Was it real? Was it fake? Why were they up there?
And was Facebook actively working with the communists of China?
I don't know. Was the Garden of Eden...
Do it more yelling.
And was the Garden of Eden...
Do it more...
Ah! And was the Garden of Eden found on an ancient mountain in the Himalayas?
Yeah!
I like that one the best. When you get a little aggressive.
Yeah.
It's got to flip a switch. Got to flip a switch.
Get a little silly.
Just get angry.
And then what he said.
Am I the happiest boy ever?
Happy boy!
That's it.
That'll be good.
And remember, this podcast is brought to you and empowered by Sunday Cool. Watch or listen.
Check. Give it to me.
Hey, no, sir.
Give it to me.
No, sir.
Every time I put it over here.
Hey, watch your tone, son.
Sorry, sir.
Hey, who do you think you're talking to?
Sorry, coach. I'll do better, coach.
Are you guys still doing the songs?
No, we actually stopped doing the songs like, I don't know, like 10 episodes ago.
Yeah. The last one was the one you were on.
Good, they sucked. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, Corey.
A little bit of a shot in my confidence right there.
No, it was fantastic. You know, just a little comedic relief. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2.
Why start now with the comedic relief? You never did before.
Corey's back and he's seeing this. Hey, Corey's back. Not working for us. He just
visiting.
He's still you were true to your word. You came back.
in a strange land.
Who is this peculiar, strange traveler?
Oh, are you lost, young lad?
It's like riding a bike. I didn't even have to put it in the GPS.
Hey,
It just took me straight there.
That's what we love. That's the heart map, baby.
Yeah.
The heart map will always lead you back home.
Welcome back, Corey.
Thank you.
You looking good, bud.
You looking
you.
good. Yes, you looking good.
You looking good.
Very good.
What you been up to? You've been traveling a lot, I see. Fishing.
Some dumb job.
Some dumb job.
Yeah, I've been just working and in the process of moving right now.
Yeah. How's it feel to wear a dress code? How's it feel?
You know, I did.
They might be listening, so be careful.
I feel like in the beginning tenure here, I feel like I did go a little over the top. And then slowly I started to get in with Tyler with the swim trunks thing.
Yep.
And I just started, maybe a t-shirt's not so bad.
Yeah. We have a low bar. As long as you just come with a shirt on, which I have a shirt off sometimes in the office. So it's like, it's not even, you don't even have to technically wear a shirt here.
I'm actually going to report you for that. So
No, you can't now.
There's like some like curse here to where it's like the longer you stay, the more homeless you look.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the more like you we become.
I think
been
the
here
Bible,
for 10 years.
I think the Bible calls it bad company corrupts good character. Yep.
if you
think
gave
that's
me
what it
6 more months, I was wearing the headband every day.
That's true. Honestly, you're at the point where you could shave your head and that could be a wig. Like like the bandana is part of the wig and it just plops down because it's the perfect cutoff.
Put it on.
No one would know.
Who's to say it's not?
Please. I wish. I want Corey and you guys to switch haircuts.
Dude, I've watched him go to the bathroom so many times every single day.
Mhm.
I've worked here because I sat next to the bathroom. Such a good hairline. God, I've looked at like multiple times. I've just like looked at his hair and I'm like, must be nice.
What do you think
Yeah.
about my hairline? What do you think about that?
Dude.
Strong.
Strong?
Strong.
Strong?
No,
Okay.
you're
I got my
cute.
first haircut in the
You're
first
cute.
time in 6 years. Maybe even more than that. Last week.
You could tell people that you're coming out of the monk or the
Monastery.
monastery.
I'm deconstructing from monkism.
Monkism, yeah.
You should go long hair. You
I'll do
should
it.
just never cut it.
I'm fully convinced I'll just do the old man, just old man hair, but it'll be a mullet in the back.
I'm
So
telling
like no hair up top basically, but on the sides, and then you just have the full mullet in the back. Because I have a ton of hair in the back. So I'm like, just gonna embrace it.
you just
I mean,
gotta do
I
the
could-
Obi-Wan, the braid.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
If you just did you're bald everywhere except you just have the single braid coming
Single
down the.
braid.
I want to do the Saturn ring
What is that?
where you you shave everything, the sideburns just go up and then complete a circle right here. So it's just a line.
Yeah.
And so it's just a big ring. And then you shave everything else.
I mean, I really feel like the world is your oyster with it.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
I'm allergic to shellfish, though. So
Are you?
the world is my allergic.
I've seen you
reaction.
eat oysters. I was
That's
literally with you.
That's true. I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not
just-
a shellfish guy.
You just pretended to like them and then you had an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, stop being shellfish.
shellfish, ain't it?
Speaking of selfish,
Should we do a song just because he's here?
yeah, you know the song?
Yeah, dude.
For old time's sake, I know we told everyone, Corey asked us if we still do the song, and we said, of course we don't, because we stopped doing that.
Yeah, we stopped doing that, but
We'll do it every time Corey's on, we will do a song for you.
yeah.
Nice. I
Deal?
enjoy that.
So a little improv, something.
Yeah, we'll come up with something.
Did you see that flight that happened this week? The ladies that went to space?
Katy Perry.
Yep.
Making history.
Absolutely.
Maybe we could sing about that.
Extremely historical. I feel like, it's a very topical point this week. Maybe we can come up with something
Yeah, maybe we can come up with something.
astronomical.
Oh,
Something out of this world.
harmonize.
We're there. We got it.
Ba-ba-bo. Do you ever feel like the earth's too small? So you ride a rocket that barely leaves it all. Do you ever dream of floating upside down while the other poles are living on the ground?
Do you ever float in a blue jumpsuit? Not wear a helmet because there's just nowhere near as cute. Do you know that we're just a female crew here to inspire you? We just gotta take flight that night and not a ride. Just fly away so high that we cry. 'Cause baby, I'm an astronaut. No one can say I'm not. We took riding up to space so the sun could see a female face. Baby, I'm an astronaut in a rocket Bezos bar, making history on this day. Let's cheer for women, hip, hip, hooray. Moon, 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 you know we saw it from our balloon. Moon, moon, the world's problems are over soon, all because of this tycoon. Baby, I'm an astronaut. Took a break from my yacht. We took a ride and went up to space so we could save the human race. Baby, I'm an astronaut. I really like space a lot. We're making history on this day. Let's cheer for women, hip, hip, hooray.
Love is space, baby.
It's cosmic, baby.
We're not taking space, we're making it. I set us up for failure. I was so off.
You're good. That was fun. That was fun. And it's true, all of it. They saved us.
For the life of me, I cannot figure out the freaking keys.
The problem with that
It's
song
tough.
is Katy Perry can actually belt a stinking song out. So the original key is just
And no matter how low you start, you're always ending up, like it always builds.
Anyways, we're just having fun.
No, I love that. You guys still got it.
Hey, we still got it, Corey says, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, man. But everyone just be quiet. Because I know a lot of stuff is happening. We're happy Corey's here.
Oh.
We're happy that this thing happened with the women. You know,
It's a great time in history.
but it's really bringing us to a time in history, a time that we can't just move past. We need to address this thing.
Yeah.
And if we don't address it, I don't know if we can carry on as a human race. So today's question, sent in by a viewer, Corey, do women deserve space?
No. Nope.
Women don't deserve space.
No.
Even from people like domestic abusers. Even from bear traps.
I mean, why would we want to give them space? You know, like, what a beautiful, intelligent creature. You know?
To protect them.
To protect them, Corey.
Give them space around things that could possibly
Give them space
kill them.
and protect them. They need space in between the things that could harm them. And you're just like, nah, they're good.
But then how do we grow? Because we need them to grow.
Yeah, we need. How do we grow?
Yeah,
Oh, let's just murder more women.
Oh,
Let's make it unsafe for women. Maybe we could survive better.
yeah.
That's Corey. I'm Corey.
Hey, yeah. This sounds just like him.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, that's terrible, Corey.
It's sickening.
You said you wanted to murder him?
You want more women? You want more women to be in danger?
Oh,
That's
They're
what you're
tough.
saying,
Hey,
Corey.
they're
that's exactly what you're saying.
They're tough. Have you seen some of the women in our military?
It sounds like you're just trying to flatter them now.
Oh yeah, so a girl's tough. Yeah, we should put her in more dangerous situations for no reason
Of
at
course they're tough, but why are we forcing them to go into dangerous situations? We're
Absolutely.
supposed to protect them.
Yep.
Corey wants to send all the women to the front lines.
Oh my gosh, is that what you just said? That's just what he just said.
Is that what you're saying? I think
What's
that's what
wrong?
he's saying.
And the front lines where there's a army of bears potentially?
Potentially.
Oh
No,
my-
It's not potential. That's a realistic
That's a re-
probability.
that is
Talk
realistic.
about the bear that was from Russia.
Yeah.
It's a possibility, Corey.
Well, I guess you guys heard it here first. Corey, women, doesn't care about them, doesn't want to protect them, and he says that they don't need space from things that are dangerous. Is that what you said? That is. Welcome to the show!
Did I say ninja? I meant butterfly. The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations. I said empty your mind.
You learn martial arts. Speaking of women, how is Gretchen?
Fantastic. Kids, shoot, where are we at? April. Good spring break with the 3 kids, the wife.
3 kids?
Yep.
Okay.
Golly, for the life of me, I can't
Two
remember the
boys,
names.
1 girl.
Yeah, I can't remember the names.
Seriously, I apologize. What were their names again?
I'm going to tell you one more time.
Okay.
Colby,
Okay.
age 12. Savannah, age 7. And then I have the new one, Colton, age 3. You remember this? You
Now I do.
3.
You came to the
new?
hospital.
Yeah.
You came to the hospital.
I know.
He brought a gift.
I
You
know.
care about
I
it.
know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Savannah, is she a big fan of the Savannah Bananas?
Yeah. We went to a game in Savannah last summer.
No way.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. You know, you get free food. All you can eat free food on entry.
Is that a
Wow.
real thing?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But Savannah loved that.
Everything except,
Beer?
yeah, is free.
Drinks.
But you don't drink.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. You just made the
I
observation.
had about 4 cheeseburgers, though.
free food.
What's
Sounds
worse?
right up your alley.
What's worse for you? 1 beer or 4 cheeseburgers? I don't know which one's taking more time off your life, but
Do you know the ancient Egyptians were paid in beer?
really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I wonder how that tasted back in the day.
So we're
Probably. Okay.
I bet it was gnarly.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was gnarly.
That was literally like their meals was just beer.
I mean, that makes sense, I guess, right? Because it fills you up.
Yeah. It was like 2-3% alcohol.
Gosh,
Yeah.
man.
That's how they built those pyramids. so
Dumb good
fast.
old day. Yeah, this is from sponsored by Bud Light. Pyramid of Giza.
Same is true for the fathers of Protestant Christendom. They had beer and wine in their contracts, if you will.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Really?
Luther married a beer brewer.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
A female beer brewer.
Yep. She was
I was about to say, what was his name?
she left a nunnery.
Female ghost.
She left being a nun to make beer.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
I
And
believe that's true.
And
There had to have been
America
a-
wasn't invented.
I mean, if that happened today, that marketing would be crazy good.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of brand name you would have, but None Your Business or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not your mother's beer.
Yeah.
What did they brew it in? Like a clay? They didn't have like
Some sort of vessel.
Yeah.
maybe copper. I think they had
Vessel.
copper.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Bronze?
Bronze.
Yes.
Okay, back to space.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these women.
Blue Origin, baby. Taking off.
Dude, they're getting the biggest backlash ever.
From both sides, which is crazy. We had 6 women go to space, which usually is a really cool thing. But this thing was just a tourism ride.
But they're doubling down.
Yeah.
They're like,
It's not
they're
a
like calling myself an astronaut, that just even sounds weird to me at this point, but it's true. I am an astronaut. It's like,
An astronaut is a person that travels to space for profession.
and they
She's
also-
a journalist. She's on TV. Katy Perry sings songs. They're
it's-
not astronauts.
What happened to the Katy Perry that was like, nobody come to me, I'm just a musician, don't ask me about politics? You remember that interview?
Yeah, but she's all about love now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, love.
Dude,
space is
her-
love.
Quote, she says, you'll never know just how much love you can give until you're looking down on Earth. And I said, yes, in the interview.
Hold on, wait.
She said,
That's
no,
clean.
I need
dude,
to find this.
it was crazy. I'm like, oh, you're right. I don't know what real love is. I don't know what love I can give until I fly into space. But once I do, I know I'll be a millionaire, a multi-millionaire.
I mean, I saw a meme about this. So like, I imagine it takes a long time to set that up, right? Like
Yeah.
probably like a year.
Not
Like,
even though they've been doing them. They've been doing several trips with this. Like
It costs $150,000 a ticket.
that's a deposit.
Oh,
That's just the deposit. It ranges a lot higher from that, and they won't even let you know the actual cost. But people have said it costs millions, and then there's other competitors that are doing it for $500,000.
listen.
But I mean, the
I think-
timing.
I think it would be rad, and I think it's cool to do it.
Yeah,
But don't pretend like you did something like astronomical. Like
yeah.
literally.
If we saw them go up,
It's
come
like, this
down,
is really cool. Thank
this
you.
was awesome, guys. This is the future. We're gonna be able to do this more and more. Awesome, but they're literally making it seem like they made history.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to go in the record books as the first all female flight. It's like
All female crew
You
flight, which
didn't-
is true.
It's like a
but
technicality.
they
though.
didn't pilot it.
Yeah.
yes, and guess what? It was a man who piloted it and a man who paid for it.
That's right.
So it's like
Women.
But
Just
I'm
kidding.
I'm all for whatever. But it's like you can't just own and say this was us. You didn't. Most of those people probably didn't even pay.
If she
It says a lot of them didn't pay, and it said some did, and that's kind of crazy to me.
Listen. Go ahead.
if she can claim to be an astronaut, then men can claim to be pregnant.
Hey, guess what? I just rode on
Hey.
a plane in Allegiant last weekend. I'm a pilot now.
I mean,
Listen to this. Lily said it sounded like a college paper where you had to like
Phil use words.
use all the words or
Yeah.
whatever. Listen to this.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future. And for me, like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one. And my journey has always been about love and belonging. And I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here. This is where we belong, and we feel very sure of that. So
We belong.
I think that you'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch, because you're leaving all the love behind and you're surrendering and you're hoping that you get another chance to love them again. And so when you come back down, you're like, oh, I get another chance and I'm gonna do it.
Oh my goodness, that is
wasn't it
So
10
well
minutes?
said.
Yeah, I think it
10
was like
minutes, 20 seconds.
You know what?
I've been on the toilet longer than this flight.
I figured it out, though.
Could you imagine the astronauts that went up and got stuck there for 8 months and just came home, and then a month later they're taking a 10-minute ride?
Yeah.
Dude.
They were 65 miles above the Earth's surface, which 60, I think, is technically space. So they're 5 minutes into space, technically. And the ISS, I think, is 250 miles away.
How many miles you said?
65.
Okay. But did they leave the stratosphere?
Stratosphere? I don't know. It's kind of like the demisphere or something like that. I can't remember, but it's technically space. Okay. Because I looked up like how high is technical space, and they went over like literally 5 miles over.
You see all the people saying that it was fake though?
A lot of people are saying that.
Like someone ran it through like an AI generator, and it came back like over 80. It was like 87% had AI involved in it.
I saw another guy doing clips of like the landing, and it said there was nothing detected. So I don't know.
I think it was real.
I think it was real too, because I mean, it looks great. It looks real. It looked very realistic.
How does a generator work? Like an AI detection generator? Because like I wonder if it's comparing it to other images, and there isn't like this huge catalog of like photos.
I'm sure there's something in the code in the actual like thing. But
you saw the door thing?
Yeah. So they land. The girls open the door from the inside, and then the person next to Jeff Bezos runs over, tells them to close it. They close it. And then Jeff, after face planning, gets up there.
He was running over the thing and tripped.
There was a little plot hole. The richest man in the world almost ate it. But this guy Jeff Bezos goes up there with a tool on the door, and then does this very cinematic movement, unlocking and pushing it in, and then everyone gets out, and the Katy Perry kisses the ground.
It was a few of them did, right?
Yeah. I'm sure all of them did, but it's just so silly. I mean, it was all a play. It was all just a marketing ploy. They wanted to look a certain way. The door opened from the inside.
People were saying of how out of touch it was, though, because like to do that launch cost like millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah,
and it's like people were like, "Dude, we can't even buy groceries."
They say it cost $28 million per launch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought the 65 miles sounded a little light, and it's actually like. A plane has flown higher than 65 miles. The record for a plane is 67 miles off the face of the earth.
Dang.
Is that true?
Yeah, but in
probably like 1977,
a MiG-25.
Were there women on it?
Or the SR-7. No, I think it was one guy.
Okay, the
67 miles high, so like a plane has flown higher than that.
That's crazy. Yeah, because it says the von Karman line, which is known as where you've entered space, is 62 miles. So I said 65, 62 above sea level. So that's crazy. I mean, the thing is, it's cool.
I think,
but don't make it seem like you're doing something for humanity.
Yeah,
you're doing something that every rich person is able to do now. They can take flights to space. Like everyone can do it if you have the money. And so what you didn't put anything in the record books. It's not something that we really need to be caring about that much, because it's just another rich person activity. That's all it is. It's just hobbies.
You're hating so much. I think I'm proud of them.
Why?
Hello. Wake up, Andy. All women went to space?
At one point,
6
women were above everyone else.
You don't get it. He doesn't get it.
I think is probably the most significant thing in the past 100 years that's happened.
I agree. What's up with you?
I don't know, man.
Are you jealous of him?
I'm not jealous. I just think it's not a waste of money necessarily, but I think they're blowing this out of proportion. I mean, who has a press conference after that?
I think that's probably the coolest
people that make
speech.
history, Andy.
Got it. You know what? That's my bad. I honestly, maybe I just need to reevaluate. Maybe I just need to rewatch it.
Check yourself.
I mean,
I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if I have 10 minutes in my day to watch the full launch for a historical moment.
I get where Katie's coming from, though. Like, what do they say makes the heart grow fonder?
Space.
Distance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just think we can't relate.
I mean,
dang.
What she was saying was, we were so high up, and I knew that if something went wrong, I could never get back to my family or whatever, and I just couldn't wait to get back so I could love them. You do that in a plane.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's the exact same thing in a private jet, Katie.
How dare you dismiss her fears?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Man.
Have you ever seen the show? it's on Discovery or National Geographic of the people who live in the ice circle, like way north, and they're like totally secluded?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, it's good. But I think I'd be more scared to do that than go up in the.
Like the Inuit?
No, it's like inside the Arctic Circle. They like
It's
live there.
inside
They have
Inuit. It's inside you.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. Like Hollow Earth.
What is that?
Hollow Earth? You've missed a couple episodes, so. Speaking of space,
Yeah.
I've been watching every single one.
have you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. What did we talk about last time? Last episode.
Who was our last guest 2
Our
weeks ago?
Lord and Savior.
Speaking of guests, did you see the text I sent? There's some random AI
Oh, yeah.
website or random website that like had statistics for our podcast, and it said, "What guests have appeared on Ninjas or Butterflies?" Number 1, Snoop Dogg. Number 2, private investigator Danny Dingeling. Will McGinnis, Timothy Alberino, Ryan Reynolds.
I remember that episode. That was great.
Yeah. Chris Angel.
Chris Angel did show up for an episode.
Yep. Sam Tripoli, and then Kaylee Coco.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. She's a girl from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. So
Oh,
We've had all those people on, of
I
course.
had no idea what that text meant.
you guys are crushing.
yeah.
Thanks, man.
But speaking of space, check this out. So apparently, there was a lull or something in the Google Earth. I think from what I saw, it was somewhere around 2010 to 2015 of not blocking out areas of Area 51 from Google Earth.
Okay.
Ooh.
And people were able to capture this image of this giant, tall, black triangle building. I just sent it to you. It's so creepy looking.
And where is this at?
Area 51.
Whoa. That looks like a shuttle thing.
Yeah, it's literally just in
Or like a
in the middle of nowhere.
Air traffic control tower or something.
But you see that
Weird.
It's
where
like a
just-
monument.
Yeah. But I was like, this is wild. So I was asking ChatGPT about it. I'm like, hey, were there pictures taken? Like, yeah, people were able to take pictures. I'm like, can you show me the pictures? And it said, no. It said, so I asked to see the pictures. It said, I understand your interest in seeing an image of the taller triangle structure at Area 51. However, due to the highly classified nature of Area 51 and the restrictions on satellite imagery, there is no publicly available images of such structure.
Baloney.
Where'd you get these?
The TikTok.
Okay.
AI generated.
Is that creepy looking though?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. What are your theories that what it could be? Because my thought, it looks like an air traffic control like center or like a. I don't know,
I
like
mean,
a-
some people were calling it the, what do you call it? The obelisk? Obelisk?
Obelisk. Yeah.
Obelisk.
Obelisk.
Yep.
Wobble wobble. Obelisk.
Wobble, baby, wobble.
Which has significant meaning to it.
Yeah, I mean that literally looks like that. Remember that guy that pulled the prank and he put it in the desert and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't want to like put you on the spot
Yeah.
about the significance or anything, but I mean, for our viewers, because obviously I know what it is, but like
Yeah.
maybe like a short 2
So,
or
like,
3 sentences about it.
The Washington Monument.
Yep.
That would be a
Obelisk.
obelisk.
Oh, okay. So it's like an adjective.
Yeah. No, it's a
Noun.
noun.
It's a noun.
Yeah. Object. The shape of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like building to describe it wouldn't be
It's like a
Oculus.
flat column with a point.
Oh, okay.
Obelisk, not obelisk.
Oh, obelisk.
Obsolescence.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting.
I don't really know. I've heard it before, but like there is some weird ancient symbolism with it. Like all these major cities have an obelisk in them. And like I think London has an obelisk erected in London that was actually from ancient Egypt. So they brought it over from ancient Egypt to London to erect it. And it just has like all this weird.
Do you think it has like
Creepy
any
stuff.
like religious significance?
I think so.
To it.
like occult kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Scholars believe that obelisks represented eternity and immortality.
Creepy.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the second image you sent, and I'm trying to figure out if it's like flat across the top or if it is like
It looks flat
pyramid.
across the top.
But look at that second image. It's got like a clear. It's not a single tone across the top like light or shadow would cause.
The shadow showing that it has like a point. Almost.
I mean, but yeah, and that's hard to determine because it's definitely three-sided. But like, think about the pyramids have that huge structure that just got generated underneath, and so if the pyramids are supposed to be the Washington Monument, they all have this like pyramid-like top to a tall structure. I don't know what that means. It's just.
Do you remember we talked about Jacob Barber? Remember
the name?
He was that guy on News Nation, the whistleblower that was I forget the name every single time. Were they not reconnaissance?
Oh yeah, golly, I can't remember.
What's it called? Where they go and collect the UFOs?
Golly, dude, what is it? I always forget it too, just because you forget.
It's recovery.
Recovery team.
Yeah.
Jacob Barber. No, I can never think of it. But he mentioned in the podcast that he did with American Alchemy that he works for a company now called Skywatcher. And I watched a video of theirs on YouTube, and it'll blow your mind. It's these military dudes that are their own private organization now, and they go out into undisclosed parts of the desert, and they do this thing. They have, remember we call them, they're like the remote viewers. I forget what they referred to them as. That they can summon these UFOs or UAPs. But they also developed this technology that they call the dog whistle. And they said they have 100% success rate of it. Anytime they turn on the dog whistle, a UAP shows up. It's like
a certain frequency.
Yeah, they put out a frequency, and then all of a sudden, whoop.
It's like a calling beacon.
Yeah.
That's got to be achievable for people then. Like if it's just a frequency.
Yeah, and then they have different classes of UAPs, and this is a little chart. So like, oh yeah, today we saw a class 1 UAP. Look at what I just sent you. So there's the Tetra, which is class 1, the Tic Tac class 2, Blob class 3, Beam class 4, Manta Ray class 5, Bright Star class 6, Jellyfish class 7, Hornet class 8, and then Egg class 9.
Dude, what the heck?
And they say that they each have their own, like, so they say like when I think the class 1 shows up, typically there's class 2 that shows up with it. Like they're always in groups.
Yeah.
And they say that the jellyfish, dude, they have videos of the jellyfish, and it's in broad. They say it's always daylight too.
Mm-hmm.
They never summon them at night.
Even scarier.
Yeah, because they can better observe during the day. But they're the jellyfish. They said it's literally like an orb, but with tentacles hanging off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said that the hornet looks like a bigger jellyfish that has tentacles hanging off of it, but it's like carrying something. And they got pictures and stuff of all this.
Jeez, man.
You said 1 and 2 show up at the same time, typically?
Yeah, I think it's 1 and 2 or 2 and 3.
That looks like the pyramid and the structure under the pyramid. And if you stacked them together, if that's how they land, that'd look like the other image.
Yeah.
I love the Tic Tac UFOs.
Yeah.
For some reason, that like shape to me, like that thing flying silently would be so cool.
But I was blown away. They're on YouTube. It's literally their YouTube channel is called Skywatcher.
Okay.
And but yeah, they interviewed the guy. I think he's like the director of Skywatcher, and he's like, I think that 50% of what we see is US technology, and then a percentage would be foreign or adversary technology. And he's like, and the remainder, 10%, he's like, we have no idea what it is.
Not a clue.
Yeah. But he's like, I don't really believe in, he's like, I'm not a UFOologist, work for the military. He's like, but we see them every single day when we call them with a dog whistle.
So they're working on this technology to call them in?
They have it.
So they're just using it.
They're using it to observe them and try to better collect data of their behavioral patterns.
Yeah. So if the government's able to do that, there's no way they're not like saying, let's trap one.
So that's not even the government. This is their own company.
That's what I'm
private
saying. But like the
company.
government has this information.
Yeah.
They're definitely catching these things.
Yeah.
Tricking or trapping or something.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to see that.
That'd
be so trippy.
But yeah, dude. I mean, it's like, I saw this. I'm like, no one's talking about this. This video, they're literally like, turn on the dog whistle, and they're like, yeah, there's the class 1.
Yeah.
Like,
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're a legit company. Just all ex-military dudes.
Dude, I do not want to see that in real life. Like, I'm way more okay with it being spooky than real.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to see
feel it's real. And so it's like just seeing it's going to confirm it for me.
it's so strange though that like this frequency, they said they have 100% success rate of it. As soon as they turn it on, they will see a UAP.
Yeah. It's not like we just shot in the dark and they just show up every once in a while. Like this
Yeah.
is a literal communication system.
Yeah.
A
They said
retrieval.
they were starting off with just the remote viewer dudes. I forget what they call them. But they had like I think it was like a 30 to 50% success rate of them like calling them in.
Yeah.
And then somehow they were able to turn that into a frequency that it works every single time.
Gosh, that's going to be able to, I mean, imagine you just find that accidentally.
Yeah.
You're just like skipping through your Spotify channel, trying to find something, and then suddenly just 5 Hornet UFOs just show up at your doorstep. It's a possibility.
All I can say is once they got them at the dealership, you'll see me in a manta ray cruising.
That'd be great.
Oh.
What do you put a bumper sticker on there or something, or you think?
Oh, yeah.
Mod it up?
I'd probably put a couple Taco Bell stickers on there. Free
Yeah.
advertising, free food. That's me.
That is you.
Speaking of foreign adversary, though,
Don't say it.
did you hear about the Facebook whistleblower?
Oh, no. Never mind.
Did you hear about it?
No.
Dude, no, it's not on the news.
Facebook whistleblower?
Yeah, I saw this from Dylan Page. He's on top of it all, man.
Yeah.
Because he's probably working for the government. But
I didn't hear about it either.
Okay.
You didn't ask me, but
I figured
I
that you
also
would have
didn't-
heard
I-
about it
I
because
didn't
you're.
hear about
It was sent to everyone. Okay, relax. You get sensitive this past month, man.
I mean, no, continue.
Oh
though.
yeah.
I'm really
well, have you
locked
heard
in.
of it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell
Well,
you
you
about it,
just
Corey.
didn't ask me.
No, I was making my way. Anyway, Sarah Wynne Williams used to work for Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and she recently went before Congress as a whistleblower and said that Meta had a secret program that they called or Secret Project Aldrin. And that was where Meta was working directly with communist China to, one, sell American data.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, this is a quote from her. They provided briefings to the Chinese Communist Party on sensitive technology, including AI, with an explicit goal being to help China out-compete American companies. So they're giving them technology, giving them information, giving them American data.
Yeah.
And this was all so Zuckerberg could get Meta into China, which
I was
has like
gonna ask.
1.5 billion users or something.
Totally.
And so, yeah, she's doing this whole whistleblower thing, and Facebook's like, she's lying. And we're actually going to sue her $50,000 anytime she speaks about Facebook publicly. And it's like, this doesn't seem like something you would just lie about. It actually seems very incredibly plausible.
Right.
Yeah, and you're just getting more validity to it
Yeah.
by throwing all that money, trying to bury her in court fees.
Yeah. And
Just
they
so
even
she doesn't
worked,
get out.
Meta worked with China on censorship so that anything that was speaking against the Chinese government, the Chinese Communist Party on Meta would be blocked.
Yeah, which he's already admitted to altering that with the U.S. government stuff. So it's like, of course he's doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's out of sight, out of mind. No one's asking questions. No one's seeing that happen.
Yeah.
Because like the thing to believe is like if he's given the proposition, we'll let you come into our country, any country, just don't let him talk about these things. And he already has the software at his disposal or the program at his disposal to filter. You'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll plug that in.
Yeah,
Like,
just
I would
a couple
say-
other hashtags that I'd have to take care
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
No
yeah.
problem.
The stuff that she's accusing him of would be treason
Yeah.
because you're giving American information to a foreign adversary.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was funny that Zuckerberg was at the forefront of trying to get TikTok banned because that was a national security threat.
Yeah.
And it's like, but behind the scenes, he was doing it. He was doing it.
Yeah.
You know, he was selling information, not selling, giving information to China, all for profit.
Dude, I'm going to say it. I want to see it. Elon and Zuck.
Oh, the fight?
It needs to happen.
Death match.
I thought it was Jeff Bezos and Zuckerberg.
No.
It was always Elon Musk?
Yeah, because he was on Rogan, and Rogan's trying to like tell him your size isn't enough. Like Zuckerberg actually practices jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Bezos versus Elon. I think Bezos wins.
Yeah.
Dude, Bezos
Bezos kind of stacked.
I mean, he's stout. Have you seen some of the pictures of him?
Yeah, he's stacked.
Although
And
I
then
feel like there's
Zuckerberg knows MMA. He knows martial arts.
I feel like Elon is just hiding his true form, though. And like when he goes to fight, like arms grow out of his side. And he has like 4 arms. I'm from Mars.
Why do you think I want to go back home?
If there's one guy that's probably like dabbled in the cyborgiest stuff, like I could see him having like a fake arm.
Yeah.
There's also
Like he just does this and like his hand flies across the room.
Yeah, probably.
You got a neural link that unlocks the other 90% of his brain.
Did he do that?
I don't think it's
he
in
hasn't
him.
done the
No.
Neuralink.
Not to my knowledge.
There's no way Elon Musk has not tried to clone himself.
Or at least invested in a company to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, there's no way he hasn't put that forward, because you imagine if you could have 2.
What
of
if his
yourself.
son is a clone of himself? And he's just that's why he's always with him, because he needs to protect him. He needs to protect himself.
That would be. Wait a minute. Would clones come out as babies, or would you be able to do it as an
He
adult?
would,
It
he
would
would clone
start-
it as
Think
like
about
Oh, that's
the
true.
wolf.
Yeah.
Or is it
Gosh.
just the brain?
Dude,
Like,
what-
do you think like he could, like everything he knows, like I don't know.
well,
You
yeah,
could
they,
simply-
because
That's silly to think, but
I
like
said
if
simply.
he could
it's
download
not.
his,
They talked about downloading consciousness
Yeah.
using quantum computing. But you think about the clip where he's like doing this weird like head glitch looking back and forth. If that's him like Neuralinked up, short circuiting, like calculating stuff. This is all for entertainment purposes.
I'm
only.
sorry.
Wait, are you
Matt,
saying all autistic people are robots?
That's why they're good at math.
I didn't lie.
Okay.
I'm starting the
see.
conspiracy theory that Elon Musk's son X is his clone.
It's good. I dig
It's
that.
in the books.
I
It's
dig
literally,
it.
it's literally his name. It's an alphabetical designation.
Yeah, he does. It's like a serial number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's just a Wi-Fi password.
He just calls him X for short.
How do you actually spell it?
Dude, I don't even know.
Is it long or is it just
like-
like 4
It's
letters?
like 8 symbols and letters and numbers, I think.
I love the creativity.
Dude, my high school.
I mean, it's probably fake simply because celebrities, I think that is a big conspiracy. Celebrities don't actually give out their kids' real names. And so that's why we have these ridiculous celebrity names.
Like West.
How do
like-
you say Elon Musk's son's name?
Ah, good question. Elon Musk's son, the one he had with Grimes, has a very unique name. Originally, it was XAEA12, but they had to modify it slightly to XAEAXII, which is pronounced something like XASH-A12. It's definitely a distinctive, futuristic name.
X-Ash.
That sounds like
E12.
a curse.
Yeah, it sounds like something if you
Yeah.
repeat it, he shows up behind you in a mirror.
The mother's name is unique as well.
Grimes, yeah,
Yeah.
she's a musician.
Which mom?
Mhm.
R.L. Grimes?
Which 20 of them?
Mm,
Does he have a lot of kids?
he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? You
Yeah.
never hear about them.
Creating a lot of clones.
A lot of clones.
Could you imagine if we show up and there's 12 Elons 20 years from now?
Dude,
How does the wealth disperse? I mean, think about it. That'd be genius for him to like, yeah, go speak at this conference. Go, you go do this. You go do this. And he's just, I mean, you have to run all those companies.
mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he's just like one day he's just gonna like put them on ice once they're fully grown and they look like Elon.
Yeah.
So then it's just like it's always just Elon.
Mm-hmm.
He has 14 children.
Good.
14. That's not enough.
Cheaper by the
That's a
dozen.
good child
Double it.
support payment.
Yeah.
It's a really good child support payment.
I wonder if he
I'll
has
pass and
enough.
double it to the next person.
Speaking of Elon Musk kids, we got an idea. Go anywhere.
God, leave that food
Corey! Pick up that shirt quick!
Whoa!
Wow,
that's our new shirt from Ninjas Are Butterflies. You can find it at SundayCoolSwag.com.
Whoa, show us the back there. Have you seen my dad?
Golly.
Have you seen yours?
I haven't, but give that call at the number below right there. Golly, that's a cool
Keep
shirt.
holding that up.
Don't put it down.
Yeah.
We're excited about it, Corey.
Tell us more about that shirt, Corey.
It's really cool. I like the colors. And if you don't buy it, then, good luck.
Good luck.
Is that a threat? Probably. SundayCoolSwag.com. We're going to threaten you unless you go.
Good job.
Well, Dad. Corey! Hey, bud.
Just gabbing?
Clarissa just asked me, she said, since you don't work here, are you getting royalties for the podcast?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we'll make some.
Were you getting royalties before?
He owns 70% of Ninjas.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Private investor.
You gave me 2%.
I should have
Sorry.
been nicer to him.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, he got in when it started. Got in when it was good.
I was there when we came up with the idea
I know.
for the
but
podcast. It was me and you, and we talked about it.
I know, but he approached me. He's like, dude, let me invest.
And it wasn't even me. I was just like a little orb.
Yeah.
I was just a little floating orb like in Harry Potter.
That was him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When we were talking about the podcast, when he was just, we were like, hey, you should really start a podcast one day.
Yeah.
And that floating orb that came by, and you're like, what's that? And I'm like, why are you whispering to it? That was Corey?
Yeah. He's the one that actually gave me the name.
Oh my goodness, dude, this is
I'm telling you.
This is a bummer.
I think it's exciting.
Things to know.
For you? He
Not
has
for me.
70%.
I work for him.
70%. You probably have like another 70%. I don't even know how much that makes out.
You work
it's like
really
80.
hard.
It's like 140%.
You work really hard, you might get a free lunch.
Okay. If I do really well today on today's podcast.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about by the end of the year you might get a free
okay.
lunch.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Did you know that it was question
Corner with Corey, where the questions are fresh on his mind. That was good emphasis.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did forget about Question Corner, but we've talked about such good material.
Mm-hmm.
I just formulated a question out of my mind
Okay.
as we were talking.
I dig it.
Could have been more
So-
impressive if you didn't say that, but yeah.
What?
It would have been more impressive if you just said the question.
Well, I
instead of
feel like
telling
I
us.
had to, people are gonna be like, oh wow, that's like a lame question, so I had to preface it.
Oh, okay.
But it's very thought provoking because they're both pretty historical and significant,
Okay.
But if you were able, right,
Mm-hmm.
money's not an object,
Right.
Stuff like that, would you rather have been, obviously minus the tragedy, but would you rather have gone and done the space thing or went and did the sub thing? Which one do you think for you would be
Space, 1,000%.
you would have rather done the space than the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah. The ocean freaks me out.
Also, you can't really see the ocean when you're
Yeah.
down there. It's cool, but you're down there, but you just have a flashlight, and usually you're looking at a screen. It's not like an actual window. You're not looking through a window.
And only
Oh,
one
really?
crew.
Yeah.
Only
Unfortunately.
only one crew lived. Too.
Yeah, but minus the tragedy.
Yeah, you're
you're
gonna survive.
guaranteed life
Yeah.
either way.
I would do space. Yeah.
You do the space thing?
Yeah. Just because I think space is so cool. I mean, I was looking at the videos of them actually in space. That is the dopest thing.
Yeah.
Seeing the
Was
sun
it
that
cool?
high up. Oh, yeah, it was awesome. It was so cool.
Also, underwater is so dark.
It's so scary.
At least there's the sun
Yeah.
space.
At least if I float out into space, I'd rather die in space too.
Yeah.
Instead
Really?
of being
Same.
thrown out of a submarine
Where you just
underwater
go-
and you just drown and
No, you turn into mush.
well, but it's probably more instant. But I'm saying I would rather
I think
freeze
the
up in
space
space
thing
and
is
not
pretty
breathe.
instant though, because
Yeah,
it's
I mean, you can't
underwater.
breathe.
It's so much pressure.
Yeah.
You just squish. I think in space
Well, it's
there's
a
no
vacuum.
pressure, so you. I think
your,
you just
your lungs go.
I thought you just blew up like a balloon.
That's something. I know your blood boils instantly.
Oh,
Yeah.
But then you're just floating out there in space
Because you're in
to
a
be
bag. Yeah.
to be seen by other things,
Yeah.
which would be cool. In the ocean,
just
you're
like
mush.
forever.
Yeah.
Your vessel would just be out there forever.
My body would be. I would jump out and I would just float forever.
I found this fun fact about
That would
space.
be cool.
Now that we're talking about space, like we have been the whole time.
Yeah.
There's a planet where time barely moves. It says near supermassive black hole, time slows down so much that a single hour could be, in theory, 10,000 years on Earth. If astronauts were to ever land on such a planet and came back, they'd find Earth completely different. Everyone they knew would be long dead, and their home would be unrecognizable.
I will never understand that.
Yeah, I don't.
How time works differently on planets. I don't get it. It has to be with the gravitational pull a little bit, right?
I couldn't tell you.
I just can't wrap my head around how that can be a true statement. I know people say it is, but
Yeah.
it seems like a theory where
Well, time is different. Time and space, they have to interact with each other. And so, like, I don't know how, but gravity and time are tied together. And so, like, even if you dive deep into, like, us, like, talking about, like, the different dimensions that are outside of our time.
day is like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Man,
Crazy.
We could really use Neil on this topic.
R.I.P.
Diamond.
You're talking
Neil Diamond?
Yeah, well,
Sweet Caroline?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like, how does that work? Because like, if you go and you like live in, like, you can teleport, right? Because you'd probably die before you got to the planet.
Yeah.
So like, say you could teleport, right? And then you go an hour on the timer, and then you teleport back.
Be 10,000 years later.
Really?
In
But then,
theory.
like, how would a human? But like, that would have to be like,
That's the weird thing. Is
like they would have to age 10,000.
no, not necessarily, because you're stuck in a different time paradox.
Maybe an hour on
exist in
that
that one.
planet, an hour on that planet, but then maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's
mean, it's like
interesting,
Interstellar, whereas like what was it? Every
The one with Sandra Bullock.
no, that's Gravity. Interstellar
Oh.
with McConaughey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where they go to that planet and like every hour is like 7 years or something.
Yep.
But when they get back, it's been like 20 something or 30 something years. Freaks me out.
Yeah, that is scary. That would be pretty cool, though. What
Yeah.
if you just like teleported back and it was just like
Pretty just cool. Everyone got along.
Or gone.
It would probably be gone.
It would probably be gone.
10,000 years? You have to think about that. That's
Everyone be on
insane.
Mars already.
Yeah.
Dang it.
You get back to Earth, like, where is everyone?
Be right back.
Mars.
We're at Mars.
Yeah.
And you only had one teleport, so you can't teleport anywhere else, and you're just alone.
Ooh.
Teleportation would be the coolest superpower.
That would be the coolest. That's why I love that movie Jumper.
Yeah.
Just imagining being able to do that, like look at a place and like,
Yeah. See, that's I thought of a movie idea yesterday. Like, you know how they're all making these new Jurassic Worlds and everything? And like the Jurassic Parks, and everyone just says they keep flopping, they keep flopping, they keep flopping. I think the biggest thing is because, one, they're trying to incorporate new stars, right? Like Chris Pratt, all these people. Why can't I love the I can't remember what Harry Potter it is where they go back in time and like
Azkaban.
Azkaban, so they're throwing the stuff.
oh yeah.
And it's like,
with the
yeah,
clock
but they
thing.
see them. I just saw a video of Sam Neill, the guy that was the main guy in Jurassic Park. He was doing like a cheesy video with an inflatable T-Rex and stuff. And everyone's like, dude, if this was Jurassic World, I would be happy with this.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was just this bad. So why don't they get Jeff Goldblum,
Yeah, dude.
all these people from the original, have them do some type of going back in time? And so they're in the
cool.
Jurassic Park, the first movie. And
So
you could
it's
have
they
like all the
lead them
DH.
through.
Dude, I mean, yeah, just helping them and stuff. I think that would be so fun. I
That
feel
would
like
be rad.
that's how you should probably do remakes. You just incorporate some type of time travel with the original cast.
Yeah,
All right.
that would be sick.
I think it'd be fun.
Hit us with that beat.
Oh.
Andrew. What?
Has a real.
Oh, it's time for that?
Did you hear?
What? What?
Andrew has a reel, and he's gonna show us right now.
Right now.
Okay, I'm not going to show you yet.
Good.
I'm not going to show you yet because this is a reel that I have made, and it's tied to a story that I'm going to tell that freaked me out. Corey, in honor of you being back on the pod, I had to look up a story, did a little research, and a lot of these seem super fake, but this one actually is unsettling. Again, this is called the Gorman Ridge encounter, and this happened in 1993. So it's in Utah. Utah.
I'll never go there.
Farming country, baby.
It's beautiful there.
Have you been?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
It's really beautiful there. But as Lily would say, it's filled with Mormons.
That's what I was thinking as well.
Very nice people.
Really?
Yeah, I've kissed one before.
I shot a guy
Before Lily.
There was no one before Lily. I'm confused.
You're right. I made a whole story up.
You know, I shot a man in Utah once.
Really?
Yep. With a BB gun when I was a kid. Let's continue.
Was he Mormon?
It was only because of that.
All right. Gorman Ridge encounter, Utah, 1993. This hunter named Travis L. His real name, I couldn't find it, his full name. But so he's an elk hunter. He's a seasoned elk hunter, and he's on this ridge called Gorman Ridge. And night one, he did a little stalk, located his herd. You know, he knew where the elk were. He couldn't close enough. He's rifle hunting. He still couldn't get close enough to take a shot. So he set up camp on the other side of the ridge. And in the middle of the night, he wakes up and realizes that the woods, you know, there's always like a buzzing. He realizes it's gone completely silent. And this is, again, an experienced hunter. He's familiar with the different calls in the woods. And he hears, it's not quite like an elk bellow, but it's elk-like, but it's 3 sharp bursts, like something with some sort of intelligence is like calling, like signaling, really. And it freaks him out, and so does it 3 times. Woods go silent, unzips his tent, pokes his head out. Nothing. And, you know, every now and then something in the woods will happen. You're like, well, I don't know what that is. It's part of being in the woods, the fun of it. And so he just goes back to sleep. Well, the next morning when he gets up, he's already got a tree stand set up, and when he goes to this area of the woods, as he's on the trail, he realizes that there are footprints that he doesn't recognize. He said they're 4-toed, about the size of, slightly bigger than a bear's paw print, but they're human-ish. It's like a really wide human footprint. And he said it was almost like a human foot, a large human foot had stepped and then slid and like splayed out. So there's these like large tracks, and he's like, that's weird. I don't know what that is. But he continues to the stand. And so he's hunting, sun gets pretty low, and he's just sitting there, never sees the deer. But then again, he hears the 3 sharp whistles. He's like, what the heck? And he's, you know, looking around, but it's in the distance. Well, he hears it again. He hears 3, but it's closer. Now he's like starting to freak out, you know, all the excitement of a hunt. Only this time he's like, what's approaching me, signaling out this call? Animal-like, but somehow human is how he described it. Well, as he's sitting there, he hears it again, only this time it's really close, and he looks down out of his tree stand, and looking back up on it is this humanoid thing. It says no fur, dark leathery skin, like, but somehow shiny, like it's catching light off of he said there was moonlight at this point, like he's been in the stand for a long time. And so he's literally looking at this thing, and it turns up and looks at him. And instead of seeing reflection in the eyes or anything like that, it's just, he said, as black can be. Ugh. Can't see anything. And it starts chuffing. Do you know what chuffing is?
No.
It's what cats do. It's like a greeting, or like when a cat will encounter another cat. It's like this, kind of like tigers do it. It's not the roar or like a meow,
is it
but
the
it's
vibrating
like
thing.
It's not a purr. It's like when they like breathe, like, and it does that a few times looking, but it's locked on him, and it's just making this noise. He's literally like, it sees me. I don't know what it's trying to do. I don't know what it's saying. And he's just frozen. And then it just kind of slips back. And he said it was weird. As soon as it started to slip back, it just like vanished into, you know, it's like, it's dark at this point. So he's like, I don't know if it's still here. It just vanishes on the other side of the tree lines. He stayed in that tree for hours. It's now pitch black. And he's like, he's too scared to come down the tree because it was right there, right? And he's like, but I can't stay in this tree because it's in the woods. And so eventually he climbs down, books it out of there, and literally he's like, packs up camp, is able to get out fine, but he's talking to a park ranger, and he's like, I'm not crazy. I don't know what I just saw. And he's like, where were you hunting? and he's an experienced hunter, so he's going way further than anyone else does. It's in the mountain range is the Uinta or something like that is how you say it. But he's like, I was on Gorman Ridge. And he was like, dude, there's so many stories out of there. That's why people don't hunt it after like dark. They typically leave early. He's like, there's a bunch of stories of these sightings, like skinwalkers and stuff like that. And so I took the description that he gave and I ran it through an AI image generator.
Cool.
And so my video is literally, this is his description. And
did you have the chuffing?
this is the sound that what he compared it to.
Chuff.
Loading.
Chuff, chuff. Chuff. Who said that?
It's me, the poop man.
Come to
All right.
chuff the poop away.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
3, 2, 1.
I didn't get it.
Oh. Here, I'll stop it.
Oh, there it is. I
Okay,
just got
wait.
it.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Very cinematic, Andrew.
I keep seeing that.
Oh.
That's a shot.
So thank you.
Dude, if you would have done a jump scare, you would have got me.
I was like,
The black screen literally showed my face, and that was kind of the jump scare at the end. Oh, no. That scared me.
That is so scary.
so I had a conversation with ChatGPT because I was freaked out reading it. And that's where I was like reading the story from them. And I was like, is this true? And it's like, well, it's
What is
from
true?
yeah, I mean, it started playing games. So I started looking further. I was like, ignore ChatGPT. Let me look up where this range is. The Gorman Ridge, right? That's what I said.
Yep.
Gorman is literally part of the ridge where you find Skinwalker Ranch.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And so the reason no one goes to that area is because it's like the backside of a ridge way up into that territory.
That's interesting.
What's Skinwalker Ranch?
In Utah, it's like one of the most paranormal sites. It's like the Navajo have all their stories of it's Skinwalkers, and what's the other one? The it's like this. It's basically the same thing, but
It's a wild place.
Wendigo.
Okay, yeah.
Wendigo, but literally just more sightings and
I mean,
stories.
if you
of
go
all that
there, you're more than likely going to see something. Like there's UAPs, there's like Skinwalker, there's cryptids. Like people see stuff. Like there's like magnetic anomalies there. Like your compass will just like spin in this place.
Can we go?
Now, is there
I'll
like
go.
is there
Yeah,
like
I'll go.
anything significant out there? Like
Yeah.
a big mountain?
So
or...
they're at the top of the hill that looks mountain, whatever, that looks over Skinwalker Ranch. There is an ancient site that is called. It's called
That'll make me a believer.
the I forget the tribe. I just don't want to be disrespectful to the wrong one. Anyways, there it's a stone circle. It's a Native American religious site that's literally stones in a spiral. It symbolized death to life. But I talked to my buddy who's Navajo, and he talks about to become a skinwalker, it's literally the exchange of that which you love most dearest exchanged for this power. And literally at the top of Skinwalker Ranch is one of those spirals we were talking about last week in a stone circle, and it's
Oh, wow.
protected. You can't even there's like you can do tours to go see it, but you're not going to like Google it and find a bunch of pictures of this place. But it's an ancient, like it's eroded, like it's not
Interesting.
still in use, but it symbolized life to death, that sort of exchange in the native culture.
Dude, there's something to mountains. Something to mountains. I mean, because it's all throughout scripture of like mountains and God dwelling up on mountains and people going to converse with God on mountains. And
I think just deep nature. Anything that's deep and natural and that's formed by the earth, I think there's something to it.
well, I have a mountain story too.
Let's go.
This is a crazy one.
Bunch of mountain boys today, dude.
Mountain boys. Welcome. Mountains are scary.
Mountain. Is that Mountain Monsters on HBO?
Oh, I don't know.
No, there's a show that's really great.
Mount Kailash. Mount Kailash. Have you ever heard of Mount Kailash, Corey?
Can I get region? in source of
Tibet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it.
So
double check.
It's in the Tibet autonomous region that is owned by China. So China's owned this region since the 1950s. I say own it. They've occupied it. And this mountain is I don't know why I've never heard of this mountain, because it's it's a crazy, crazy mountain. But it's located in Tibet, and it's not even on the top 100 highest mountains.
Okay.
But no one, as far as we know, in history has ever summited the mountain. And It's a very sacred religious mountain for the 4 prominent religions within that area. So the religions would be, where is it? Like Buddhist,
Hindu.
I think Hindu,
Monkism.
yeah, Monkism. I forgot where I put it, but they're all this mountain's considered sacred by all 4 religions. Some weird facts about this mountain is that it has 4 rivers coming out from the mountain that go in all cardinal directions. So a river that goes north, south, east, and west. And by this mountain, there's these 2 lakes. And one of the lakes, they say that the lake used to be 1 lake, but now it's 2 lakes.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 lake to the right is a freshwater lake that has like all this life and stuff in it. And the second lake to the left is a saltwater lake that they call Demon Lake or Ghost Lake, because at least once a year, the lake completely disappears and then it comes back, but nothing lives in it. There's no plant life.
That's even worse.
Fish life, aquatic life, whatever.
Do they know why it's salt water, or that's like part of the mystery?
That's part of the mystery.
Because Tibet's like landlocked, right?
Yeah.
Like there's like no ocean or anything.
Very far away. Where was I? Oh yeah. So the story, there was these men from Siberia in the late 1900s that were mountaineer dudes from Siberia that were going to summit this mountain. And they did this trip a couple years before them. Another group went and they all disappeared. They don't know what happened to them. They just disappeared.
And these are people that are just hiking, or are they military people?
Mountaineers.
Okay.
And so this group from Siberia, they're like, we're going to summit this mountain. And so they started going up, but they realized hours into the journey that they were aging. So their hair and nails had grown within hours that would equate to them being on the mountain for weeks or months at a time.
It's like the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, old.
And so they just felt like they were getting older, and they were physically getting older as the further that they went up.
Yeah.
And so they decided to turn around. Not even a year after they climbed this mountain, they all died, and their signs of death were old age.
Dude, what?
They literally died of old age, but they're all young dudes, like 20s and 30s.
So something, hypothetically, messed with their whole biological clock. That's crazy. On that mountain?
Yeah. And the mountain is protected now to where China, you're not allowed to climb this mountain at all.
It's restricted.
It's restricted completely. And that happened in the 1990s.
Did they give a reason?
They say it's a sacred mountain to the religions around it. But if you know anything about the Communist Party of China, they don't really care too much about the religions.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, but they're saying, no, it's disrespectful to these religions, so you're not allowed to climb it.
Interesting.
Where is it? But China offered this one climber. Yeah. So in I think it was the 90s. Where is it? They offered this guy, Reinhold Messner, who was apparently the world's greatest mountaineer. He was the first to climb Mount Everest or summit it without oxygen. First to climb all 14 peaks above 8,000 meters. And they said he was like the guy to climb mountains. So China offered him to climb the mountain. And when he went, it was 1980s. And so when he went to the mountain, he was just observing it, and something spooked him to where he's like, I don't want to climb this mountain. I actually refuse to climb this mountain. And
it's an easy mountain.
Very easy. Not
comparatively to what he's done. Yeah.
So we decided not to climb it. And then after that, that's when China's like, no one's allowed to climb it. It's banned. It's very restricted. You cannot climb it.
So for over 30 years, no one's climbed that thing. No one's been able to step foot on it.
Yeah.
What's it called? I just want to get an
Kailash.
Yeah, Kailash. Kailash.
I'm trying to remember the other story you've told that's like really, really similar to this, though, about being up in a mountain and aging.
And it was also in Tibet. Yeah, a different mountain. But this is what's crazy. In the 1990s, Russian and Siberian scientists started publishing wild research papers claiming that Kailash is a gigantic ancient pyramid. So they believe that Mount Kailash is not natural. They argue its perfect geometric shape and cardinal alignments are too precise for nature. And the hypothesis is that it's a massive ancient pyramid, possibly the oldest and largest on Earth. And these are scientists, Russian and Siberian scientists that are going out saying, like, releasing papers like, yeah, we actually think this is a pyramid.
I think it's crazy looking, dude.
And they say Russian researchers noticed Kailash lines up with other ancient sites. So, what do you call it? Coordinate-wise, it lines up with the Great Pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge, and the Easter Islands. Like, perfectly.
What do you mean line up? Like,
just like on the, if you're like, look at the world,
it's like a straight line through them all?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. No, it's like, I don't know how they line it up, but they said it all lines up.
Okay.
The Lord of Destruction and Creation lives there, apparently. That's like part of its significance.
But it's just,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because like NASA has done, NASA has like done research into it and stuff, and they're like, it's off.
Yeah, they say planes can't even fly over it. They said that there's literally like almost like a force field around it to where it's like impossible
like
for a plane. Yeah, it's like it pushes planes away. So planes can't fly over it. No one's ever summited it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
no one has ever officially reached the summit.
Yeah. And it's not, you look at the mountain, it's like a very climbable mountain.
That's not what they say.
It looks
it's
like
very unsafe.
It's just like Stone Mountain in Georgia. Just a couple stairs up.
Dude, it's kind of cool looking. The way it just shoots up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
I don't Google
That's nuts.
But yeah, all the four major religions around it, they all respect it. They don't agree on their religions, right? But they all agree that there's something to this mountain that is sacred. Like the people from like India and stuff, they believe that it could be an entrance to Shambhala, which we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
What is that?
Basically like a story of like like an underground world, like Hollow Earth kind of thing.
Even like an ancient different dimensional city. Like they would have to have our own CIA was involved in like sending explorers to go out and find this lost city. And only 2 of these people came back, but they said they had found it. And you have to like have possession of a certain stone and everything like that. It's super crazy, weird stuff. The religions are Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and Bon.
Okay, yeah.
Bon people.
The craziest part to me is how it lines up perfectly with all those other significant, like,
yeah, the pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge, Easter Island.
like that's just like, because back in the day, like you think when like all of this stuff was like not historical, it was just like a thing. That like it can't just be a coincidence, right?
No.
Like
I mean,
that's what like makes it so hard, is that it lines up so well. Like when those people probably had no contact or no knowledge of anything else.
Yeah.
It's just like it just laid out perfect.
I'm hung up on the 4 rivers thing. Like Genesis talking about Eden too, talks about the 4 rivers.
yeah.
Like the garden.
Mm-hmm.
4 Rivers barbecue.
I actually went there yesterday.
Not that great.
I like
There's a part of Corey's soul that just died right there when you said that.
I actually really enjoyed it, but I mean, if you're going for like the best barbecue you've ever had, no. But for a Chipotle style, throw it on the platter.
Yeah, for like a buffet kind of feel.
For just like
Yeah.
a casual.
But I'm saying
I
as
just
far as
want some
barbecue's
brisket.
concerned,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know.
once you start catering to so many people, I think the quality goes down a little bit.
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean, it's not like you and Big T are up in there.
Hey, we can't serve everybody. What are you looking up?
This image from Google Earth of like how it just like sticks out.
Yeah.
Your computer's about to blow up.
Oh, dude, I got you right here.
See that? So that's like the surrounding area.
It's kind of crazy.
There it is, just sticking out.
It's like that pass is right there.
Yeah.
And how often do we have religions that are so vastly different, all agreeing,
Oh yeah,
let's
that's
all
wild.
stay away from this one mountain?
Look at like the pyramids in Egypt. Look at that compared to
Oh,
like that.
yeah. That's interesting.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I mean, they are alternately aligned, like the bigger ones in the
but it
furthest
still
back,
looks
but it's
very, you know,
what?
have
do you
we
think
ever
about?
found the Garden of Eden?
No.
Like there have never been any like historic, because like people say like they found the rose thorn headwear, like Jesus's garb
like
and
relics.
yeah, like there's been nothing on the Garden of Eden.
Fringe claims, but the garden's supposed to be protected and
I know a lot of
Maybe the garden's in there. That's the energy.
a lot
Maybe
of
the garden is-
theologians, like Joe Metamale, they theorize that the Garden of Eden was in fact on a mountaintop.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is interesting.
I've been thinking on the garden, and it like genuinely trips me out. Like for death to not exist, but for it to be necessary that man tended the garden. And so what was he tending for if not to keep alive? So I guess plant life was living and dying.
Yeah.
So what was the soil composed of? Was it just organic, non-living matter? It gets into the idea of how do you define life in the garden?
well, I'm thinking of the fact that like it's like maybe it was just like if you're thinking of like a holy place, like the life thing, and it was that significant, like maybe that garden could have been just in the most uninhabited, like unbearable place, like at the top of a mountain. Maybe it's just like
Like an
out of
oasis.
nowhere, like like it's just on rock, but this beautiful garden is here, and there's no like rhyme or reason because it is just like so. He snapped it. It's here.
The
And this
idea,
is
what the internet's saying, a lot of people just agree in the same areas. There's two possible places that they believe the Garden of Eden was, and it was what is now Syria and then Saudi Arabia. So the top of the Persian Gulf, or right below the Black Sea, Mount Ararat.
so always
the
rivers
always
line up.
Middle East. So it's everything based of like religion is majority Middle Eastern.
Well, yeah,
I
we
would
just
say
don't know how the world looked.
prominent ones.
Yeah, we just don't know how the world looked back then. But I mean, even in Genesis, it mentions the names of the rivers, and so that's something that they obviously can narrow it down to.
Right. But like, it's just like crazy because it's like, because Pangea, like the earth more or less looked kind of in our fashion, right?
Yeah.
Like for the majority. But like, yeah, it's just like crazy that, all of these different books, stories, like spanning hundreds of years, right? Through all these different authors is just like,
Yeah,
it's all
thousands of years.
based out of like essentially one half of the
You know what's
world.
trippy though about the Garden of Eden? Like when they were expelled from the Garden of Eden, how it says, "Then the Lord God said, Behold, the man has become like one of us in knowing good and evil. Now lest he reach out his hand and take also the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore the Lord God sent him from the Garden of Eden toward the ground in which he was taken, drove out the man, and At the east of the Garden of Eden, he placed a cherubim with a flaming sword that turned every way to guard the way to the tree of life.
You want
So there's literally a physical
like energy force field forcing people away, not being able to get to the tree of life.
Yeah.
So maybe the tree of life is on that mountain.
Maybe
or underground.
Or underground, yeah.
I mean, they said like where they're saying the Garden of Eden could have been is literally where the Persian Gulf is now, like at the top.
So it's like swallowed up.
Yeah, so like who knows? It could be underwater.
Oh.
What if what God's original intention is underwater still?
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean, who
say
knows?
that
Like
again?
if we believe in the flood, right? And the flood happened, what if the water didn't recede all the way? What if certain things did get buried? What if it was a new world almost? It was kind of like,
Well, that makes sense because you think of was it Doggerland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it easily could be covered up. We don't discover until years and years later.
But like, do you think that is like his plan of like the flood and everything has happened, but like maybe it's still swallowed up, maybe because we haven't deserved like for it to be.
We lost that right.
Like,
Yeah.
But like, do you ever think like if that is his plan to still have it covered, be unknown, to one day like something happens on Earth?
I think personally,
the Lord comes back. And
Yeah.
then that water comes down, and then the garden and the tree and everything are
Yeah,
revealed.
I think when God creates the new heavens and the new earth, I think there will be the tree of life.
the better Eden.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, have you heard Norse mythology and their stories that parallel the Garden of Eden?
No.
It's freaky, dude. So I think a lot of the mythology from around the world parallels scripture because everyone originates from one place. And so for clarity, I'm not saying what they believe is the same as what we believe, but there are parallels. So they tell a story about how the gods and the giants need the god Idun's apples
Oh, wow.
to prolong their life, and the trickster literally stole the apples, and because they no longer had access to the god Idun's apples, they began to age and decay. Loki tricked Idun, who is the wife of another god, into a place called Loki, tricked by the giant Jazi, lures Eden into a forest where she's abducted. And so literally she's taken into the land of giants, and none of the gods or the giants have access to her apples anymore.
That is fascinating.
Idun, Idun, not Eden.
Idun.
But it's like
Loki, interesting.
I don't
well,
want to
nice.
get too off pace here, but did you say Loki?
Yeah, I did.
I know you're into like, I did see the Black Pearl clip, and I'm a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fan, so like, I like that. But do you think there's any significance like from that Loki to like in the Avengers?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean-
the same. It's supposed to be the same Loki.
Yeah.
So the Greek gods.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Norse. Right.
Yeah,
Or-
Norse.
yeah.
Norse. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
One of the lower G gods.
There
Yeah.
you go.
One of these guys that don't matter so much.
Yeah.
The fun fact, not Norse, but the god of thunder is who God parted the Red Sea in front of when the Egyptians pursued the Israelites.
Oh,
So maybe that would have been Thor if Norse people would have been in the area.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of mountains, if we're going to stay on the topic, check out this picture. This is a picture of the largest and tallest mountain in our galaxy.
Oh.
This is on Mars. This is Olympus Mons.
God,
This thing
it's so wide.
Is 3 times the elevation of Mount Everest. And it is literally the tallest volcano in the world. I mean, in our universe. And let's see here. It says
That looks like it would be like a world-ending volcano.
the volcano is so massive that it's nearly the size of Arizona.
Yeah, it like from the picture, it doesn't look very tall because it's just
Yeah.
so wide.
But could you imagine? I mean, I'll send another picture right now because it's just the fact that this stuff exists within our galaxy is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I feel like if that thing
Wow.
popped, we're feeling it on Earth.
Isn't that crazy? It literally makes Mount Everest look like a little baby.
That's nuts.
I think it's wild. And that's just in our galaxy. There are billions of other galaxies. And that's just in ours. I can't imagine. That's what I want. Like, I want us quit doing these stinking trips to space for fun. Let's go deeper into space. Let's keep diving deeper.
Yeah.
In the ocean.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get to Mars?
At least 2 days.
I think it was like 2 years.
2 years?
2 or 3 years, wasn't it?
Right.
I'm right as well.
Right. We need a rocket launched today. I don't have time to wait.
Yeah. How does that sleeping stuff work, though? When the astronauts like fall asleep in the movies, like they put them into like a hibernation sleep. Is that stuff real? Does that happen?
I don't think so.
No, because then you wouldn't age. Like your body's in a coma almost, but you're still not.
I'm sure they're trying to figure that out, but I don't think like the
slowing down
hibernation
ages
is real.
Yeah.
Didn't Chris Pratt's in a movie where
Passengers.
he wakes up?
Passengers.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah.
I've seen half
Good
of
watch
it.
or no?
I mean, it's a
think
good
it's good.
concept. I haven't finished it, but it was a good
I
concept.
feel like it has to be very slow.
That was a question.
You'd be surprised. It's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like it.
That was, the premise of it?
They're going to a new planet and he wakes up before anyone else.
It's like 200 years or something like that. And he wakes up. Yeah, his bed malfunction. He wakes up and he sees a girl that he thinks is very pretty. And he opens hers up and wakes her up. Would you rather?
I would punch him in the face so
I know.
hard.
If you were, would you be okay being alone on that spaceship, or would you wake somebody up? Like if your best friend was there, or if your like girlfriend or your wife.
If I woke up and I was just destined to be, everyone on that ship would be awake.
He's in the alarm on everybody.
If I'm gonna suffer, we're all gonna suffer.
We're all hanging out.
That's so funny.
That would be crazy. That's where the movie should have went.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm bored.
And then act like you just woke up. You're like, whoa, what happened, guys? Who woke us up?
I mean, that is the better way to hide what you did.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna blame each other.
Dude, could you imagine if you were the girl and he was just, yeah, you're pretty, so I just woke you up to kill you.
But if especially if he didn't
watch it.
Especially if he didn't look like Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
It's just like some 300-pound guy that looks like me. Like, hey, Sweat, I just need a friend for a while. It's like, dude, go away.
It's so funny.
It's only attractive females that have been woken up. They're like, this feels something's off.
Well, you shouldn't have been so pretty. I don't know what to tell you.
It's your fault.
So I've been doing a lot of research lately into the Great Schism in like the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church and Protestants and stuff. Just because I feel like I know so little about it.
Yeah, we all do. We all dive into that Orthodox stuff.
Yeah, every now and then.
Yeah.
Very fascinating stuff. It's been a fun journey learning all about it. But I've been like reading all about like the different saints and whatnot. And there's this saint I came across that the story I thought was the coolest story ever. His name is Saint Longinus, and better known. So he's considered a saint from both the Catholic and the Orthodox Church. But he's called the Holy Martyr Longinus the Centurion. And the story goes that he was the centurion, Longinus, that did the spear into Jesus' side.
Mm-hmm.
But the story goes that his eyesight was bad, like it was degrading and stuff. Degrading?
Yeah, that works.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Degenerating?
It's probably not the best word for it, but it does fit.
His eyesight was going away.
Yeah.
And when he pierced Jesus' side, the blood and water poured on his face, and he was instantly healed, his eyesight, but then instantly realized that he was the Son of God. So in Scripture, they say that he was the centurion that dropped his knees and said, truly, this was the Son of God. So they're saying that was him.
So that was why he said that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And but the story goes that immediately after that, he's like, I need to go spread the gospel. And so he traveled all over the Middle East and stuff, spreading the gospel. I think he was primarily in Turkey spreading the gospel. But news got back to the governor, Pontius Pilate, and he was really mad about it. And so they captured him, brought him in, and they're like, deny your faith. And he said, I won't deny my faith. Why would I deny my faith when I know who the true king is? And so what they did is like, since he gave you back your eyesight, we're going to take your eyes. And so they took his eyes out, and that didn't stop him. He kept on spreading the gospel, completely blind. And then they said, well, you didn't get the hint. You're still spreading the gospel. So the story goes that they cut out his tongue. But what the miracle that happened with it, supposedly, is that when they cut out his tongue, he was still able to speak perfectly. But they said it was almost like God was speaking through him. They said it was like almost with a thunderous voice.
A different voice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they brought him into the temple of their gods, the Romans, and they said, basically, bow down before our gods, deny your faith in Jesus Christ. And he somehow grabbed a sword, swung, and cut the head off of one of the statue gods.
Let's go.
And he said, let's see what your gods do now. And as soon as he said that, an earthquake happened, and every single god in this temple fell down.
Dude, that is the dopest story.
Shook everyone. And then the governor decided, he's like, we're done with this. And then they beheaded him.
Golly, dude.
So
Yeah.
much aura.
Yeah, for real. Plus 1,000 aura.
But when I heard, dude, it gives me goosebumps. I'm like, that is rad.
Yeah.
This dude that was part of crucifying Christ was then crucified because of his, or not, he was killed because of his belief in Christ.
Martyred, yeah.
So
Golly.
he assisted in the killing of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then he believed in Jesus Christ so much that he then
Died for Jesus Christ.
sacrificed his life.
Yeah.
Not even just that, the torture he endured.
Yeah.
You imagine like knowing around any corner they're gonna get you again. You're blind and you're just like, I'm gonna keep talking. You
Mhm.
don't know who's in the room listening. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine they didn't have surgeons. There's no anesthesia. Dude, they ripped your eyeballs out.
Yeah.
Like they just say, yeah, I'm going to take that one.
Yeah. Pour some whiskey in there, disinfect, you're fine.
And then
Go home to your
literally
life.
probably took a rusty knife and just, it's not sharpened, not chef material, and just hacked the tongue out.
I mean, that's probably how they did medical procedures back then anyway. Like, you just, yeah.
I loved reading the stories about the different saints and stuff, though.
Yeah.
There's some really, really cool ones.
It makes you wonder, like, even just the intensity of that guy's faith of, you know, just cut out my eyes, cut out my eye tongue.
Yeah.
I don't care. And it's like literally what we were just talking about with that magic show and how like they have the fake hand and they have the other hand on behind a border and your mind believes that this is your hand. Like that guy truly believed in Jesus so much. I wonder, one, that fear has to go away.
Yeah.
Like you just have a different perspective. Your brain just literally works differently. I think so many of us think of just following Jesus is, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Where in reality, like we can ask God to truly transform the way we think and the way our whole brain is wired so that pain is different. Life is different.
Yeah.
Choice is like every aspect of your, oh, I love that.
It's
That's
like,
so cool.
There are like two desires that like a believer wants for sure. They want to be with their creator and they want to obey their creator. And if obedience in the extreme can speed the arrival of the unity of the creator, like I get to be with him sooner if I'm like zealously obedient. And it's like all of these martyrs were like, I kind of hope, Paul, like, you know, to die is gain. Like, I kind of hope you do. Like, I'm tired. But
Well,
if you don't, I'll keep going.
I wonder if the Lord is like so with you, you know, like in like those times. He's with us too, but like back in those times, it seemed like kind of
Oh, yeah.
like so many miracles, like so prevalent that like I wonder if like he even like felt the pain of it, or
I'm
else
sure he
if
did.
He was like just so, you know what I mean?
But that's
I
the
mean,
thing. I wonder if it is different though a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you think
Like-
of Stephen getting stoned, right?
Yeah.
And he was literally, while he was getting stoned to death, he looked at me, he's like, look, there's Jesus. And he was like at peace with it.
And he
you know?
said, yeah, do not hold this sin against them.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
it's- to
whenever
have
I-
that clarity of mind, I think there is something different. I don't think the pain goes away, but I think we truly don't. I think we underestimate God's
Like
transformation when
there's
it comes
such
to
a
our.
sense of peace that you don't even like.
But it
Yeah.
changes
Yeah,
our
like
biological
the
chemistry.
pain is not at the forefront.
Yeah,
When you read a passage like that, to think about what that audio clip would sound like being stoned, you know, Father,
Brutal.
forgive them. They don't know what, it's not a monotone. It's like choking out words in pain. It's like, if we could hear that, man, it'd change us. And so you think about the spread of the gospel in the early church. Imagine being there and just listening to, you're normally there, like the weird culture who wanted to see people, you know, oft or whatever. But then to hear those words instead of screams, like you think about the resonance and
that'd be shocking.
That impact, be crazy.
Anyways,
and Paul was there for that, wasn't he?
Yeah, holding the cloaks.
Ouchie.
Anyways, I want to talk more about some cool stuff on patreon.com/ninjas or butterflies, baby.
What are we going to talk about on there?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I got a story about 3 men, the only men who've ever escaped from Alcatraz.
Let's go.
Talk about that. That's what's a really fascinating story.
I got some stuff.
I also have a story.
Okay.
All right.
We got lots of stuff then.
So go to patreon.com/ninjas and butterflies where you're going to get an extra episode, baby.
Yes. During the ad, you saw the new shirt that dropped this week, and we're also wearing some new merch. You look around. Listen, yep.
That top one.
Corey's going to talk about that. You guys already heard that in the ad.
Yeah,
but
remember that?
Go to SundayCoolSwag.com to get your Ninjas merch. SundayCool.com. SundayCoolSwag.com, sorry. Sunday Cool dropped a ton of new shirts for Sunday Cool as well, not just Ninjas. And the alligator shirt under there is awesome.
Yeah, we got
girl shirts too.
A shirt coming out weekly.
Yes.
People, new Ninja merch coming out weekly. And I don't know if you can tell, but me and Andy are already wearing some spoilers.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
You didn't know I graduated from Lizard University, did you?
Ew. So yeah, do that. Make sure to follow us on everything. YouTube, subscribe. Give us 5 stars on everything. Follow us on Spotify. Get it.
Not everyone's commented. Not everyone's left a review. If you're listening, please leave a review. It helps us a ton, guys. We're number 27 in the country.
Yeah.
Comedy-wise. On Spotify. This is crazy.
We've been there for a minute.
Yeah. So we're going to keep on climbing only thanks to you guys. So thank you so much. Let's talk on Patreon.
Yeah, we love you, Corey.
Dolphins are aliens.
Welcome back, Corey.
We love you.
What you're about to see may disturb you.
Dominoes! If any of you know what these multi-decade UAP dolphins are aliens, you're gonna have a heart attack when you see the light broken! Bottlenose. Fish sticks.
There's a massive police response.
Oh, the dolphin thing? Oh my God. Aliens. Dolphin style attack!
All right, thumbnails.
Very good.